One of my favorite things about you is knowing who you are now. I would never guess outside of the accent where you came from. And one of my favorite things to talk about is like the stories about you growing up, because the person that I see now is like everybody in Sheridan. Walking around with you in Sheridan, dude, is like walking around with the fucking mayor. Everybody's saying hi. Everybody, Andres.
My father-in-law said that.
Yeah, dude.
Last week
exactly.
we were at the South Farm, and everybody came and said hello, and he said exactly the same thing.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing. So like, that's the person I know now, and you're one of the most genuine dudes I know. Like Jiu-Jitsu, you've got a beautiful family, friends everywhere. Nobody has a bad thing to say about you. And so for the people who don't know kind of like where you came from and what your background is, you allude to it a little bit on your coffee van, but tell me a little bit about where you're from and how that kind of shaped who you are today.
Okay, I'm from Bucaramanga, Colombia, northeast of Colombia. I come from a family of 4. My dad left when we were 9 years old.
Okay.
And then my mom had to raise the twins. I'm an identical twin. My brother Juan Pablo and my older sister Zulma. She's like a mom to me.
Okay.
Because of that.
What's the age difference between?
5 years. She's
okay.
I'm 42. She's 47. But it was now thinking about it as an adult and as a father. I like, dude, my mom. Like she was she knew what she was doing at the time. You know, it feels that she. You know, my dad left, and I saw a lot of. It was kind of like a generational thing. A lot of my
the father
parents,
would leave?
yeah, the fathers of my friends left too with other women, bunch of things. Some of their moms became alcoholics. Some of their moms became, I don't know, like they got over it really quick, and hard workers and everything. But my mom was as soon as I remember, dude, something that marked my life was me. I was in my room, and my mom, all my aunts are in my mom's room. My mom is sitting in the bed, she's crying, and I hear her saying, "Now, what am I gonna do with my kids?" I was 9 years old, and I hear that, dude.
What was it like hearing that?
Like, you know, the first thing as a kid, you're thinking, "Oh, my mom's gonna give me away or something."
Really?
It was at the beginning, but then I hear my aunts talking to her. "No, you just need to work. You're gonna work. We're gonna help you take care of the kids. Everything was fine." But since that day, dude, I something clicked in me, and it was like, dude, I need to work and help my mom, and I'm gonna be, we're gonna be fine. Like I think to me, like some of us remember when we mature, like when we that breakthrough I think that was my breakthrough, even though I was a kid, 9 years old.
Yeah.
But I remember those words since I was a kid. But then seeing my mom, she probably cried a lot, but we never saw her crying.
So after that moment, she was just like, she's in it.
Yes. So, and then seeing my mom, we were going to school, and a lot, now, again, as a father, seeing everything, like, there was things that helped me, little things like me learning how to cook at that age, because my mom needs to go to work, and my brother and I need to go to school, but my sister helped us start the preparation of the food, and then we finish the food.
Okay.
And then we eat together.
Okay, so would you and your siblings make the food then while your mom was at work, or would she come home and finish?
Yes,
okay, gotcha.
No. We were always, and we were supposed to have the house clean and everything before my mom came. And we did it not as my mom is gonna kill us if we don't do it. No, it was more as a help for my mom, to help to my mom. Right?
So do you feel like your guys' household was a real big like team effort then?
Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely, yeah. And even until today, my sister Zulma, I was talking before I was coming here. I was talking to her. Hey, I'm gonna be recording again with Drew and da da da. Oh God, that's so awesome. And she's telling me, "I'm so proud of you," and da da da. And like, no, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
And thanks to you, I'm like this, right? My sister Zulma, shout out Zulma. Te amo, Zulmita. That's my sister now. And then, but dude, it was everything. Now again, as an adult, as a father, like the way my mom, she never showed petty. She never showed like, oh, poor ass. No, it was always like, let's go and kill it. Let's chop heads every time. Boom, 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 right? And then we were fed. We were dressed with everything. I never felt that I was poor. Like,
Right.
There's like going to Ciudad Juarez, even, about my trips down to Ciudad Juarez, I was never poor.
Yeah.
In comparison to what the people in Ciudad Juarez have to deal with.
Did you see, so like, I would imagine that there was probably a sense too of like, if you're going to school, you see other kids and you see all these things.
Yeah.
So what was the sense of like what real poverty looked like compared to where you guys were at, where you grew up?
No, I remember being in tears in Ciudad Juarez, tears of happiness and pride of my mom. Like, she never showed us if we were in need, I never knew.
Wow.
No?
Yeah.
She was always like feeding us. I talk about it when we were doing the podcast in the Owner's Journal. I talk about fried egg and rice.
Yeah.
That it was like, oof, dude, if you eat that, is the only thing that there is white rice and a fried egg. That's it.
Yeah.
But my mom never give us with pity. Give us that food with pity. Like, oh, here, this is the only. No. She was like, hey, here, eat this delicious food. And she will decorate it. Mm-hmm. I remember. And now I like to mold the rice, grab a mold, like a little cup, and make a mold.
Yeah.
And put a little parsley or like a cilantro on top. Mm-hmm. And the eggs or whatever.
Garnish it a little bit.
It looks beautiful. So because of my mom, she never shows like, here, this is the only thing. So
do you think your mom taught you guys how to be appreciative? Because the
way,
way,
absolutely,
like the way that you talk about it, it sounds like something as simple as like egg and rice. It's like, oh, thank you so much, and like it doesn't sound like you guys complained very much.
No, and it was exactly my mom. Like, hey, you see. There was something weird, like my friends having all the latest shoes on the latest toys and the latest everything, and I didn't. But never ever happened through my mind that why don't I have those things ever for some reason. But other thing that happened that was very interesting. I have an uncle, Pablo. He had a farm, and they grow pineapple, oranges, yucca, and they bunch of stuff, right? And he has pigs and chickens, so we would go there, and it was cool. Like,
that sounds awesome. Yeah.
Seeing, and my uncle showing me how to kill like the ants that were climbing into the yucca plant, and you break the leaves and throw it, and then they attack the plant and they die. It's poisonous for them.
Huh.
Little things like that. Like it was never. Everything felt so perfect.
Yeah.
Going to the uncle's farm, it was fun. It was good food, good fruits, good fun time with the cousins, and like it was never. Every summer I wanted to go back and like, yes, I want to go to the farm. I'm gonna go, Mm-hmm. And my mom was always step right there, strong for us,
That's so cool, man. So did you? One of my favorite stories is you and your mom when you guys didn't have both of you didn't have enough money to make the bus. And I think that story is very telling about the way that you guys trusted that everything would work out and how you showed up for each other. So remind me again and like take me back to that day when you guys had your miracle on the way to the bus stop.
I want to say 18 years old maybe.
Okay.
Or less. I don't remember exactly.
High school age.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And we were walking. My mom said, "Are you going to? Why did you get up so early?" And I said, "Mom, I gotta walk to work. It was 6 miles. Mm-hmm. Not too bad, but
it's a long ways, yeah."
And my mom said like, "Hey, I have the whole trip, the round trip money for the bus, but I can give you one, and I'll walk back home. That's easier." And I sure, why not? Let's do it. So we're walking together, and I look, and there was like 5,000 pesos, which was like right now it's like $1.50 or so. Mm-hmm. And then I went and like, oh dang! And like, Mom, here I got for the bus. Like, oh cool. So like she takes her money, and then next time another $5,000, and then another $5,000. And like in like probably 100 miles, we found like 20,000 pesos, and we split it 10 and 10, and we have to eat a little something and plus the bus, right? But from that, I was listening, to the old the old podcast and trying to go back and remember that situation and trying to like think how wonderful, how perfect it was, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking like it's like not having expectations. You don't have expectations and you just live, dude. Just live your life. Just be there wonderful things are gonna happen. If you don't have expectations, if you have too much expectations,
Yeah.
you're gonna let those things pass. If you just live in the present and let it be, if you go on a trip or something, let it be, dude. Don't think about what you're gonna eat. Just let it be. Eat what you have to eat. Just be there. Be present, dude. Don't even think about tomorrow. No. Be right there and appreciate every single thing.
Hey guys, just a brief pause in the show to ask one quick favor. A lot of you guys who listen, even the day ones who listen every week, have yet to rate this show on their favorite platform. And so that's the one thing that I'm going to ask you guys. It really helps us grow the show. It helps us get awesome guests on the show. And if you could give us a 5-star rating on your favorite platform that you're listening on right now, it would probably take 10 seconds, but it would mean the world to me. And it'll really help us continue to make an awesome show for you guys. So if you don't mind, that's the only ask. We're not running any ads right now. We're not asking anything of you guys. We just want to be putting out a great show. So if you could go do that, that'd be awesome. And until then, let's get back to the show. I feel like that's something that the more time that I spend around you and the more that I hear about the way that you tell stories, it doesn't sound like a lot of times you're having this like super future pacing kind of thing. And that's like, it's something that I've always done. I've like when I was 12, I was already thinking about, okay, how am I going to make it before I'm 18? And when I'm 18 and I'm thinking about, I'm behind and all this stuff. So like as you were growing up, what were some of the moments or some of the things that you found yourself being like present and grateful for? Just kind of like in your day to day or some of the things that might have stood out.
I think it was everything in my life was that, because like having one day you have your dad, you have everything is perfect in your house, and then next day there's not, it's gone. Dad left, your mom have to work. Now the pace that you were used to is gone, and now you have to adapt to the new thing, right? I think it's that, like the meal that you're eating, dude. Like enjoy every bit of it. The hanging out with friends. You're right there with your friends. Could be the last time you see them.
So it's like a lack of security.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like, like I don't know if maybe it's it's an insecurity of like, I'm not gonna get attached to this because, but at the same time it's good.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
You enjoy what you have at the moment. Don't worry about it. Just let it be, dude. Let it be. Enjoy as much as you can.
I could kind of see that going either way too, because I think that it would be just as easy, instead of saying, hey, I have no idea what's going to happen in the future, so I'm going to enjoy right now. I could very easily see it going the other way as well, where it's like, I don't have any security in the future, so I'm going to try and hoard every little thing for myself, and I'm going to try to get money no matter how I have to do it, and I'm going to try to get this and that and the other thing. And people kind of throw out their morals and they become less grateful in that situation. So why do you think that you went the direction of feeling grateful? Now
that you say that, like growing up, I have the opportunities like to go bad, like to get into micro traffics and like go, when I remember the first interaction. I have never in my life seen cocaine, like physical cocaine.
Yeah.
I heard of it growing up, and and I remember I was probably like 13 years old, and I'm seeing my buddy from school coming with nice shoes, like super looking like he looks like he was rich, dude, right? Mm-hmm. So I said, like, dude, what are you doing? No, I started working. I'm like, really? Working in what? Like, no, I'm selling cocaine, like micro traffic in our neighborhood and all that.
So he's a runner. He's like picking it up.
And he was kind of like, you can do this. Do you want to do this? I get paid this much. And dude, I remember running away from him, going to my mom and telling what just happened. And I was bawling, dude.
Dang.
But my mom's attitude was like, well, you did it good. Like, that's good. See, that kid tomorrow is going to be in bad shape, dude. And I'm like, okay, my mom, we talk early. She taught us about like sex and not sex, but like how to treat a woman, respect a woman, and sex not.
It would weave in here and there,
yeah. So, but then in drugs, one like not to do that, because the consequence. Look at that guy in the street. Look at that guy, right? A year later, I saw the same guy. He's 14 now, 15, and with a old spur like sucking his shoulder, all dirty, dude. Like gone,
Really?
gone. Like he was a homeless, but like a crackhead. Like he was
really?
gone,
Yeah.
gone south, bad. And from there, dude, I start realizing that there is the easy way, the easy bad way, or the hard way that is gonna take a long time, but it's gonna pay at the end.
Yeah.
So
Was that lesson the only one that it took for you to be convinced that you were going to do the hard way, or did that temptation kind of come in and out?
The thing, it was tricky, dude, because we saw a lot of people dying, getting shot in the streets, a lot of people getting like stabbed, and a lot of people getting hurt for lying, for taking other men's women, like silly things. So to me, that was like, a very early age, hearing the horror stories in jail and all that, the consequences of doing something bad, really marked me, dude. Really, really marked me. I was terrified of any issues. Even coming to the United States, like I've done everything by the book, by the rules, by the respecting everything, because I know. And I think thanks to that, I have my van. That is, I'm really proud of my business, dude. Like,
right.
And like, again, like using the good milks, using the great coffee, giving the person a beautiful cup of coffee, and giving them like what I and other thing that I do is treating everybody like it's me. Like I'm not giving a coffee to you, I'm giving it to myself in a third person, right? Like so, so many, like I started going back to the past. Like my dad left, and then we started. We became teenagers, right? And then my mom's like, that was a tricky, dude. So much bad things.
She must have been worried. Yeah, there's a lot of bad influence.
Oh, dude, bad influence all the time. And now as an adult, like, dude, having a good parents is the base of everything. Parenthood, in general, is the base of everything. Right, like you as a father, you are the teacher of those kids. You are the coach. You are the everything, right? And I think for me, my experience, infant to 9 years old is a crucial age in life, dude.
Yeah.
From there, that's the foundation to become a good person. You know, it doesn't. High school, teenage might come and you have another test now, but and then my mom put us into Boy Scouts right when we right at the perfect time. Dude.
Was this like 9 or 10, like right after your dad left?
It was a little later. It was more like 14, 15, around that time. And but I remember I have another good friend. We'll keep in touch until today. Since Ederson is his name. We became friends. We went to the Boy Scouts. He helped us get into Boy Scouts and all that. Okay. And that was good. And it was funny because at the beginning I was like, no, like Boy Scouts had that thing that they're kind of like
cringy,
nerds, like and like
corny,
singing and right. But and it was so good, dude. Like we were like a lot of surviving skills, and it was hikes all over the mountains in Colombia. It was, and then I started building that like seeing the beauty of that, beauty of being in nature, beauty of being with friends, beauty of having a male figure with our troop leaders of the troop, right? Yeah. So seeing those people and seeing that you can become whatever if you decide. And dude, I think we know what is good and what is bad from very early. And I was always like emotionally mature enough to reject people in bad situations that came to my life at the certain ages.
That's really impressive,
dude.
Man. Yeah.
Right now, my wife and I call it the thing, and I experience sometimes that like, oh, that person, no, honey, watch out with that person. Intuition. Yeah. Oh, watch out with that person. Oh, watch out with that. Oh, watch out. You know. And it's a thing that I kind of developed at that time, like being with true, real people, and you start. I think we all have it, but we don't pay attention. We decide to ignore it.
I think some people have to pay attention to it though, and I think that's where you see a lot of people with really high intuition coming from really bad childhoods or bad situations,
and they end up being,
because trusting that thing or not trusting that thing has a lot bigger consequences than when you're in a white picket fence scenario where it's just like, it doesn't really, the choices that you make don't have as big of consequences.
It was in that right there make me realize too that sometimes life is stressful, right? But sometimes you gotta choose your friends. Sometimes you bring outside things to your life that make your life worse. And sometimes you realize that you are the friend, not them.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. You are the friend they are your friends, but you're not the friend for them.
Yeah. It's like you're the glue that holds everything together, but you're not getting anything back.
But we gotta be like, love, stop happening, love and friendships and everything. When things are rough, when at the very beginning, if a girlfriend mistreats you, it's right there, boom, boom, boom. I have the 30-second rule.
Hire fast, fire fast.
Yeah, dude, that quick. No, don't treat me like that. We're done. Right here, boom, red flags.
Yeah.
You have to start. And sometimes we ignore that because we might be like we're having fun and like, right? And no, you gotta pay attention, because if a person is treating you without knowing you this way, when they know you, it's gonna be worst. You know?
Makes sense. So you mentioned a little bit about Boy Scouts being a time that you started falling in love with nature and some different things like that. So talk to me about the transition between that and then kind of your first career and like everything into climbing.
We talk about the paramedic thing that I did in Colombia. It was a SAS was the name of the group.
And was that, so did you do paramedic before you got into climbing? Okay.
Yeah, and through that I got in. Dude, life is so beautiful when you let it be, dude.
Yeah.
It's just like we got into Boy Scouts, and then I was always interested in like first aid and like all those like paramedics and like you know. And I remember we started doing, it was a Servicio Apoyo Scout. It was like service and scout support.
Okay.
It was the kind of like the literal translation of it. And it was like basically Red Cross with Boy Scouts.
Interesting.
So we started going to that, learning how to inject, learning how to suture, learning how to immobilize a person, learning how to everything, dude, everything. I remember our first event that it was the thing that actually made me I want to do this for a long time. Yeah, was we did there was a cycling race, I think it was the Pan Am Games.
Oh wow!
In my city, and they did the cycling course was we were the support for the cycling course. Okay, so it was so cool. Nothing happened, fortunately. Nothing happened during the event, but right there it was so professional. We were in our overalls and like with all the first aid kits and like everything and all the training and right. So from there we started one day. We did some high altitude like rescue drills. Okay, that was dope. And then I started doing rappelling waterfalls and things and then but it became that rappel was fun, but there's no challenge, right? Right. And then I went rock climbing one day. Oh, dude, I fell in love with rock climbing. I started, but it was. I talked to my mom about it, and she was like, "I was really nervous when you started because I stopped working. I stopped everything in my life.
Just fell in love with it.
Just fell in love, but it was like I grew dreads and I have dreads. I was a dirtbag, but in my head was never like I'm giving up on life. No, I knew that something was going to happen through that. Follow that thing that's gonna bring you to. And I think I have done my most of my things. The van, marrying my wife, everything was like that. Follow that woman. She's a good woman. Don't let her go. Right? Yeah. And in business, like follow that thing, focus into that thing. In climbing, my family was worried. Like I was never in birthday, never in Christmas. Climbing. Really? Climbing. Oh, dude.
For how many years? How long are you doing this?
8 years.
8 years you're dirtbagging? Yes. Holy shit.
So, but look at what happened. Started to happen. I 4 years into climbing, somebody told me, "Hey, would you teach me how to climb?" I'm like, "I can teach you." I'm like, "Okay." So I taught him, my buddy, and he like, "Dude, that was really cool. Like, you should start teaching people." I said, "Okay." So I created a little program. There was 2 friends good friends, Juan Carlos Santander and Alejandro Navas, and another Charles. It's one of my good friends. But Charles is my true brother, like from another mother, right?
Yeah.
In Colombia. But we started climbing, and then I started teaching. I took classes with Juan Carlos and Alejandro, and they were good local climbers. And then I started developing classes and teaching people. It was a small, and then I started dating this girl from Portland, Oregon. She went down to my city. We started dating, right? And like she kind of helped me set up the business aspect of it, and it started becoming a big thing.
So are you training locals and tourists, or mostly tourists?
Mostly.
Okay.
I started doing mostly tourists, and but the thing was that they will end up doing rafting or something else because I didn't speak English. So they will go to the rafters. They knew English and all that, but to say I would love to learn English in the future, right? And this American girl appears in my life. So everything that I was kind of like checking, like I was like thinking about it. Oh, I need to learn English. Boom, the girl appears.
Yeah.
So, and then I just follow. I never push anything. I'm just follow. And then, dude, I end up with a little climbing wall that I start renting for malls. And like, what is this? Like, right? All of a sudden. And it was funny. The climbing wall, a lady came and asked me, do you have a climbing wall? And I'm like, yep, I have a climbing wall. I didn't have a climbing wall. So I say, if you pay me this much, the month costs this. And I will bring it to you. And so, but you got to pay me half. With that half money that she paid me, I went and bought this stuff to build a climbing wall. It was like 25 feet.
Okay, damn. Right?
So
yeah,
and I built this climbing wall, and I rented it, and I started making more money, and then I started teaching, and then I started bringing money to my mom. Always, since I remember that I started working, at the beginning it was 50% for my mom, 50% for me, of whatever I made. Right? Until today, I give money to my mom. Dude, other thing that I realized, listen, everybody, we all have a debt with our parents. All of us. That you will only pay when you are a father or a mother. You don't realize that. But your parents, if you think deeply, we owe so much to our parents. That we'll never pay. But unless
how do you pay that debt when you become a parent?
Being a good father, they nag us so much. All the nagging that our parents did to us is the teaching that they were trying to do, encrypt in our brains for the future. I don't know. That's the philosophical, the passionate in me. That's my belief.
Well, I get that. Yeah, it's like a lot of hard work goes into creating the person that we are today. And so like the way that we could pay that off is by passing on those lessons and then adding our own to it.
Yes. And you can do like that sounded kind of dramatic. You got to be a father in order to pay. No, you go to hell. No, you can be a good brother, good son, dude. Be a good son. And to all those young people that are coming out, like teenagers, your parents are the most valuable thing that you have right now. Think about it, and please enjoy your parents right now as a teenager, because there's gonna be one day that you're gonna regret not enjoying your parents as a young adult.
Yeah,
so.
I remember when I was a teenager. My parents got divorced when I was 10, so it wasn't.
How was that?
It was tough, man. I drove 2 different cars in high school. And that's
1 week with mom.
Yeah,
really?
exactly. Yeah, so I was week on, week off, and that's kind of a good illustration for how much they got along. Was didn't even drive the same car between the two. But that being said, I feel like at the time I had a really good idea of the things that I thought my dad was doing wrong and the things that I thought my mom was doing wrong, and I had all of these it seemed so clear to me how they could change it. Like, hey, just do this or don't do this or whatever the thing was. And it's funny now because there are still a lot of things that I would change about all of that.
Like what?
But like my dad.
If you want to talk.
Yeah, well, like my dad and I had this big power struggle where I felt a lot more independent than the amount of leeway that he gave me. And so I would act out against that all the time and then get grounded and then act out more. And then it was just this big power struggle of like, dude, I feel like I've been a man since I was 10.
Yeah.
And now I'm 15 and I've been doing this for 5 years and you're treating me like, you know, so like it was a lot of that. But it's funny because looking back now, there are still things where I was like, damn, I wish that could have changed. But those things formed me into the person that I am now. And I'm okay with who I am at this point. And I start looking back and being like, well, damn, I really like how my dad always taught me that it's like a virtuous thing to be a leader. How the hell did he get me to do that? Or how did he always like instill this thing into me that like if I worked hard, I could achieve anything? So now it's like instead of looking at the negative things that my parents did, when I look at having kids and wanting to pass on the lessons like you're saying, instead of being caught up in the things that I didn't think they got right, it's like all of those things helped make me a better person. So fuck that. That's fine.
Yes.
But how did you instill this leadership thing in me? Because I want to be able to pass that to my kid, you know? And I think that it's interesting as you grow up. It's like you start to appreciate the things about your parents.
Absolutely.
It's like, dude, how'd you do that?
But see, like thinking about right now, like being a father, I have my daughter Lucia and my son Mateo. They're 11 and
Your
7.
kids are incredible, man.
Dude. But see, it's that like I'm not gonna get explosive and start screaming at them for something that I used to do that, dude. I used to get like, oh, why did you do that? Like, no, they are learning. They need to fuck that up a little bit.
Yeah.
They need to see that, right?
Yeah.
So they need to be able to mess up in order to learn that's not gonna work, or that's, you know, like, and also treating them like instead of treating them like idiots, like not treat them like give them their place. Like, hey, you shouldn't do that because look at the consequences of this, right? My dad was abusive, like physically abusive. He will hit us for everything. And then to me, like I look at my son, dude. I love him so much. I cannot, dude, hit him. And I was raising my voice a lot, and nowadays, like, hey, buddy, come here. You shouldn't do that because this and that, right? And sometimes he knows that sometimes you need to like be, hey, stop. I talked to you this many times. Stop it, right?
Right.
It's okay, Dad. But we're their coaches, right? They are learning how. I want to learn. We should learn the best way we can, right?
Right.
So and teach them too. So
true. I'm really interested in zooming back a little bit into your time climbing. I'm really interested in the 4 years that you had stopped being a paramedic. You weren't working. You weren't teaching yet. You were just climbing. I think that that's one of the things that people aspire to. They aspire to that kind of thing all the time. Man, I wish I could just get a van and just hit the road, or I wish I could just climb or just ski.
Hey.
Like whatever that thing is. What was your mindset like during those 4 years, and how did you tune out the noise of you're supposed to have a job, you're supposed to be successful, you're supposed to have all those things?
Something happened. I was never a good student ever.
Okay.
Like I hated school. I hated like being in a classroom, and I felt trapped, and I feel like humiliated almost, right?
Really?
And it was bad, dude. It was so bad. And one day I remember my mom giving us the money to pay the school and for the buses of the week and all that. And she gave me the money to pay the school. I said, Mom, I was in 8th grade. And I was so high school in Colombia, like you finish elementary school until 5th grade, and then high school, you start high school at 6th grade.
Okay.
And go all the way
Do you
to
go all the way
11th.
Okay, so you're done in high school at 17,
Yeah,
16?
17, 16,
Okay.
yeah. And I was in 8th grade. So,
Okay.
And I told Mom, I'm giving you this money. I don't want to go to school. I feel bad making you spend it. My mom said that was the best thing.
Were you skipping school a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, don't even spend the money because I'm not going to go.
No, I was like, I wasn't going. And then I told my mom, Don, and so she was like, what are you going to do? No, I'm going to get a job and start working. And I got a job. My friend Charles, he got me a job as a jeweler.
Oh, really?
So I used to do chains and rings and everything.
Were you like soldering and doing all that kind of stuff?
Everything.
Wow.
I did everything. At one point, I was the chain that we did some Rolex pulses and made out of gold. And I was the chain guy. I would make like feet and feet of chain, gold chain.
For bands and for all the other stuff.
But meters, dude. I remember sitting and welding and doing chain for like hundreds of yards of that thing, right?
Okay.
So, but then I started working first a jewelry, and then I got into climbing with Charles too, and we started doing climbing together 4 years of like working, and then something happened in the jewelry that they need to fire some people.
Mm-hmm.
So they fired me, and I started definitely like, one thing I remember, my buddy Juan Sebastian Ragua, he had a company called Geoman. It's like Geoman.
Yeah.
And it was like this critters made out of it was a wire skeleton.
Okay.
Wrapping wall.
Oh, interesting.
But he will do this.
It's like a little doll kind of thing, or like or sculptures.
Decoration, yeah, sculptures, but it was like very like you don't want to play with them. Right. It was like a decoration thing. So I started working with him, making the skeletons for that.
Really? So super artistic then.
Super artistic, and it was like he lives by the climbing rock.
Okay.
by their climbing. Yeah.
So you could pop in and then go climb right away.
We will work in the morning because the sun hit the rock in the morning a lot. So we will work all morning, and in the afternoon we'll go climbing. Dude, and little he started paying me, and I will go down to my city and give some money to my mom, go back again, and I started working like that for many years. But see, I was always doing what I like, and this is I don't like to give advice, but like an idea of what you should do. Do what you believe. Do what you want to do, but do it. Don't wait for any. Don't think about it. Just do it. But remember that you gotta make money somehow to support your the life that you wanna live. But focus in developing that thing that you're passionate at, right? Mm-hmm. So and to shut the noise, you say, how do you shut the noise? I just left and I went to the rock. I was like hour and a half from my city. In a rock, like just living in a rock, dude. Like he had a house, but we will spend most of the time at the rock climbing.
Got you.
And I think it's like everybody's gonna tell you, no matter what you do, there's gonna be always a bad thing about what you're doing.
Yeah, because I'd imagine people are saying like, what you're doing, you're a bum, you're just a dirt bag, you're like,
like you know. And so, and then I met the girl from Portland, and her name was Anna Makowski.
Okay.
And we dated for a little bit. When I came to the state, their relationship wasn't. I don't know. She had big plans, dude. She was a lawyer and like she went to be a lawyer and all that. And nothing that she wanted, I wanted.
Okay.
So I got so tired of that, waiting for somebody that
yeah.
I hate that. Another thing, please don't wait for anybody. Don't wait for anybody. Be selfish and do your thing because nobody's waiting for you. So there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong about it because at the end of the day, you should be taking care of yourself, right? And whoever is gonna come, it will appear in your life in the right moment, right?
Yeah, but you have
just
to
let it be. See,
yeah.
I've never forced anything, and I was like, no, this girl, she has her plan. I'm not gonna keep her from doing her shit, and I'm gonna do my shit, and that's it. So I remember it was hard. The breakup was hard. I just got so tired of it. I said, I'm done, boom. And then, dude, everything. I came to the States, and I didn't have a plan. My plan was staying for a year, learn English, and go back to Colombia with my business.
Because you had moved to the States with this girl, right?
Well, she moved basically, yes. Yeah. And then, I wasn't happy at all, dude. I was not happy at all. And then, dude, I had a moment where I told you before I tried to commit suicide. I took a bunch of pills, and that was a Thursday, 3 p.m. Woke up on Sunday at 8 p.m. One pupil super dilated, the other one super dilated, the other were tiny. I couldn't see through the one that it was dilated. Like I did it out of homesick. I was homesick. I was brokenhearted. I regret coming to the States. Because I lost that. I have too many expectations.
Yeah.
I
Do you
lost
feel like you lacked a sense of direction at that point too?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And but it happened when I start living my life for another person.
Because before it was like, oh, I'm into the paramedic thing, and then I'm into climbing, and then I'm into
I was
jewelry.
feeding my what I wanted to do. This time I was this girl, and I was kind of like acting. That's the thing that I hate about dating. That it's kind of like you're acting, you're pretending to be somebody to get something in exchange, and like it's disgusting, dude. It's disgusting, and we lose ourselves in that search of love, right? I bet we've been through it. All of us have been through that. And anyway, I'm brokenhearted, and then I wake up and dude, I was sick for a month.
I bet.
My wife told me that when she met me, one day we went to a soaking pool in Portland, and I took my shirt, and she said that you were in a starvation mode.
Wow.
She could see my bones in my ribs and everything. I was really sick due to that suicidal attempt. Mm-hmm. But then I look at myself in the mirror, and I promise myself, looking in the mirror, I love you. You don't do that ever again, and keep looking for you, because you are the only thing that there it is, right?
Yeah.
So to everybody who are suffering right now, listen to yourself. You know exactly what you need to do. If you're in a bad relationship, end that relationship. If you are in a bad job, just quit your job and do something that it really brings you joy. Money comes and goes, and you're going to find something that is going to, sometimes will support. You will work, you will find money, and you will live the life that you want to live. Mm-hmm. It's done, right? Dude, the other day I was listening to YouTube in the YouTube, Bono, and this song, it's a beautiful day. Mm-hmm. What's the name?
Yeah.
At the end, the chorus say, "What you don't have, you don't need it now. And what you don't know, you will learn it on the way." Right? Mm-hmm. And it hit me like, "Whoa, dude! Yeah, we're full of crap. Like, you don't need whatever you want right now. You don't need it. You have everything you need right now. You just gotta be present and enjoy what you have, because you don't need all the shit that you want, right?" So anyway, going back, ask me something.
No, dude.
I'm sorry.
I'm right there with you. One of the things that I'm curious about as you were telling that story is when you hit that low point and you attempt suicide because you don't have the direction, you're going through heartbreak, you're going through all these different things. I think one of the biggest challenges that people look at as far as rock bottom goes is like, okay, well, what do I do next? Like, how do I go find that thing that's going to be my new spark or my new purpose or something like that? So when you were in this point where you had been living your life for somebody else and you didn't have that direction, you didn't have all these things, how did you start to like take the first steps to find your direction again and to like get back on track?
Well, at that point, I was trying to recover my health, because I went through a lot through that, right? Mm-hmm. So I was really scared. I was having a lot of pains in my kidneys and having a lot of... So, dude, first thing I was drinking water. I remember drinking water. I started eating super healthy. I started going running. I started all the things that we know, everybody.
Yeah.
You know what to do, but you decide to ignore it. We all do. But it's fine. It's fine. It's not a bad thing. You got to find that, start doing little changes in your life. But at that time, I went like full blast. No, I need to get healthy. I need to, and in the middle, doing those runs. Running is beautiful, because that, like, you solve issues. You solve being lonely too. Mm-hmm. But on a hike, like doing a hike, and instead of thinking about how painful your problems are, don't think about how they're already painful.
Right.
They're already, the damage is done already. Leave it aside and start thinking about what can you do. And guess what? You have a new day tomorrow to start whatever you wanted, right? Mm-hmm. So whatever you thought in the hike or in that moment of solitude, next morning is the day to start that thing.
Got you.
Right?
I think that's a beautiful thing, because especially when it comes to health, if we have nothing else going on, that's the one thing we always have control over.
Dude,
You know,
See,
like as far like you can't control if you have sickness or cancer or something like that, but you can control if you're like down bad. And it's like, well, if I go for a run, I know that I'm going to feel like A, I accomplished something. B, physically, I'm going to get a ton of endorphins and stuff from
your
that.
brain chemical, like
Yeah,
the
like
chemistry in your brain is
right. And it's
set
like,
up.
you know, a 2-mile run might take 20, 30 minutes if you're not training at all. You'd be good to go. So I think that that's one of like the best pieces of advice is to just go do something.
Running is the easiest thing to start getting to that rhythm.
Yeah.
Because think about it. You say, okay, I'm going to run 3 miles. I've never run 3 miles. But what if I run 1 minute and walk 10?
Yeah.
And then run 1 minute. But the goal is to finish. Even if you walk the entire 3 miles, we got to finish it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you got to do it. But little things like that. Another thing, sleep well. Go to bed at 9 o'clock at night, the latest. We all guilty of that with our phones and everything. We lay down in bed and it's 12 at night, right?
Yeah.
So, but little things like that. We that's the other thing we do. We shoot too high. We always want to do it like, I'm gonna start, and then you're burned out a week after.
Yeah.
No, let's do. I'm gonna go. I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock at night. I'm gonna go on 9:30.
Yeah.
I don't eat vegetables. I'm gonna I'm gonna put some kale and tomato and avocado in my meals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I eat cereal with whatever in the morning. Let's change it for some eggs and some vegetables or some little things, dude. Little things. That's the trick.
So as you started getting back into your flow and feeling like yourself, what became the next thing that you found purpose in or direction?
Dude, I think it was also maturing too. Like, and you gotta break your times in life. Your
like the different
chapters,
seasons. Yeah.
Your seasons, your life seasons. You gotta let them be like change, right? Don't force it. Don't let them. And we know everything. We know when it's time to flip the page. And I think the best thing is for me was my wife, dude. I was ready. Breaking up with that girl, it made me realize that I wanted kids, and it made me realize that I started contemplating the idea of a family, and I was like, well, but I don't know. Kids and all that sounded like, bro, I don't want it, right?
Yeah.
At that time.
Uh-huh.
And it was funny, dude. I saw my wife, love her at first sight, dude. And I remember I started working as a Spanish teacher. I was doing just little copies and all things for a Spanish teacher. Good friend of mine, Claudia Mesa. Good friend she's one of the angels through the life, right? Through my life.
Yeah.
People that I gotta name because they are a crucial person in that started the new page, the new chapter.
Right.
And I started working at St. Teresa's Elementary School in Portland, Oregon, a Catholic school, right?
Okay.
And that was the other thing. Like, I came to learn English, and now I'm here as a Spanish helper. And then I couldn't get paid because I was on a student visa, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So she said, hey, what if I pay for your school? You work for me? And I'm like, excellent. Let's do it. So I started helping her, and she will pay my school, the sponsor. So she started sponsoring me, sponsoring my school. And then one day she said, I have a big school, St. Teresa's. So we went, and dude, I remember opening the door, holding the door for this woman. And I remember our eyes bro, blue eyes. Right, and she curly blonde hair, beautiful, dude. I saw her, and she was like, wow. And I got, dang. But I thought that she was married and all that. She had a ring in her right hand. I didn't even know it was the left hand ring. Right? So, and I it was funny because my boss, my friend Claudia, called her Ashley the entire time. And Ashley, do you need it? And then one day she told me, my name is not Ashley. My name is Chelsea. And I'm like, so. But then I started, I was good at talking to women. Really good. I could talk to any women, no problem. But she made me so nervous. like in that good nervous.
Yeah, butterflies.
So yeah, and then I remember asking her out. I said, "Would you like to go for a coffee tonight?" And she was like, "I don't drink coffee at night." I'm like, "Oh, damn,
Shit."
But then no, but she said like, "I drink beer." I was like, "Oh, well, let's go for a beer." And I remember, dude, like, paying attention to the moment and how are you feeling at that moment was. We sit down talking, and it was just a talk about our cultures, just a free talk.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't trying to be anybody. She wasn't trying to be anybody. We were not trying to impress each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that to me was like beautiful, dude. And then we started dating. That day, I remember we sit down at the Ramhead, the McMiniman's chain, one of those restaurants. We talk, and then all of a sudden the guy comes and like, "I'm sorry, guys, we're closing." I'm like, "What? We just came in." Like, and little things like that. That's like, it was so perfect, so beautiful. And then little by little we started dating.
Here you are.
Yeah.
Couple kids later.
Yeah. Couple kids later.
How many years have you guys been married now?
13.
Congrats, man. That's
13
awesome.
and 14 as dude. Everything was quick. Like, I started dating her in January and I proposed her in September.
Dang.
Dude, I was in love. I was never in love in my entire life. I was never in love. It was so beautiful because I told her one day, "Oh, dude, I got drunk with, I'm a really lightweight. I drank like 2 beers." And I'm looking at her eyes and she was like, "Why are you looking at me?" Like, I said, "I see the eyes of my kids in your eyes." Right? I was drunk enough that I remember that I said that. But, and I think from there, like, everything was, love needs to be easy, dude. Love is not tragic. Love is not, love needs to be easy. Every day it's beautiful and easy but like, I want to be next to my wife always. I want to be with her. I want to hold her hand. I want to drink coffee in the morning with her. After 13 years, dude, I love her so much.
That's beautiful stuff, man. Yeah. That's awesome. So once she kind of becomes that sense of direction again and that purpose and all of that, did you guys move from Portland to Sheridan? Mm-hmm. Like, how did the van come about?
Well, the reason why we moved to Sheridan was because, we were in Portland, and dude, 1 year I went like 7 times to the ER in 1 year. Dislocated shoulder, my back. I have 4 bulging discs, and I went to ER a lot. Mm-hmm. And we have to bring our daughter to the ER because we didn't have anybody to. Yeah, she's a year old. Mm-hmm. And then we said, "No, let's go to grandma." And, I always loved Sheridan since I started coming, and then we moved, and I started working as a CNA at that time was called Greenhouse Living for Sheridan.
Okay.
Greenhouse Living. Yeah.
Is it a senior facility?
Yeah, it was a senior facility. I worked there as a CNA for 3 years, 3 years, and but see, I was like, let's go and see. I'm gonna check. I wanted to be a nurse, but then working as a CNA, I'm too emotional. I fell in love with the people, and they are dying. Yeah. And then you gotta do postmortem care and things like that in your body, basically. Yeah. Right. Your grandma, a bunch of grandmas, a bunch of grandpas. So I fell in love with them, and I couldn't do it, dude. Anxiety started, and depression started creeping in. Yeah. Due to that. Yeah. Right. So I needed to stop. And when one day we were talking with my wife, I said, "Can you imagine if you have a van where the van comes to you, like a van that brings you coffee in the doorstep? You come out, and they come. You call, and they come, and they bring the coffee to you. Oh, that's cool." And we started talking. And one day I told, we moved from Portland. We sold our Portland house and all that. And then one day I said, "Hey, I'm going to Seattle." Like, "What are you doing?" "I'm going to buy the van." "What van?" "What van?" Like the coffee van. And so we sit down like, "Oh my gosh, yes, go." One thing that my wife has is like, she's like, "Go for it. Whatever I want to do." Wow. Anything.
I feel like that pairs really nicely with your sense of just like chasing whatever feels like it's passionate for you.
And I try to do, I do the same thing when she's like, "Hey, honey, I want to do it. Please do it. Come on." We support each other so much.
That's so cool,
which is beautiful, man. Like, there's no, There's no again. There's no competition. There's not. I can see like she wants me. I love that our relationship is like she makes me feel like something very valuable all the time.
Yeah.
Right? And I hope I'm doing the same. I hope. But like yeah, we moved. I bought the van. I went to Seattle. Bought the van, drove it down from Seattle, and then I started building it, dude. My brother Juan Pablo, he's an amazing handyman. He's a plumber.
Okay.
And he does everything: carpenter, plumber. He did a barista class in Colombia. He did a bunch of stuff. He's pretty. He likes to. I love him because he's like, we can do that. Like everybody does it. Somebody did it.
Yeah.
We don't
Anything's
have to,
possible.
He does. He's not afraid of anything, dude. Anything. I'm afraid of. Ooh, what if it breaks? Like, well, it breaks. We'll do it again. It's okay, right? So, and then we started doing the floor. We did the floor. We did the cabinets. Everything, dude. Just YouTube everything. Boom, boom, boom. And we started doing. And then I went to my training. I did my barista training at the Seattle Barista Academy.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, dude. I think you got to let the things roll. Don't stop them.
Mm-hmm.
Things come to your life with a force.
Yeah.
An inertia. And if you stop that force and that inertia, it's done. The window closed. Kids come or whatever situation, whatever excuse you want to bring into the table too, just let it roll. Do it. If you're going to travel. Mm-hmm. What am I going to do? Nobody knows. You will do something. You don't know. You can tell.
Yeah.
Like you don't even in the place, you know?
Right.
So you just got to let it roll. Like, go with it.
I love that, dude.
Yeah.
I think that I had this conversation with Parker Brown last week, actually, about...
Parker is the man, huh?
Dude, he's such a great dude.
I love him so
Shout
much.
out to Parker
I was
Brown.
like, yeah, Parker. Ooh, good dude. He's a good dude.
Yes, he is.
I was telling you, he's so serious.
Yeah.
When I met him, he was so serious, but then he's so awesome.
He's
awesome.
genuine.
Dude, I think everybody in Grindhouse up in Billings, everybody's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody you talk with.
Jiu-Jitsu is one of those weird things, man. You get a lot of gems in there.
Jiu-Jitsu is the way, dude.
Yep.
And see, one of the things that well, I guess our experience, I bet people have bad experience with Jiu-Jitsu, but we've been lucky. Mm-hmm. Like the Grindhouse is like, dude, the most legit place and the most legit people. Everybody they are so nice to me. I feel, dude, Will Grindhouse, dang that man. You know what I love about Will? Every time I go, even if he's rolling with somebody or teaching something, he will stop, run, say hello to me, hug me, and goes back to what he's doing. That to me, last podcast we tried to develop that idea of like, if you want to see who is worth it in your life, it's the person that is stop what he's doing and coming to you and hugging you. The person that drives 2 hours to Sheridan to come and do a podcast for the second time.
Yeah.
That is the people that you got to surround yourself with. People that search for you, people that want you.
Yeah, they
no
give
matter
back.
What, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
No matter what you do. Like, and sometimes, because maybe we have like, I don't know, a person that doesn't go with us, with our way of thinking, doesn't matter, dude.
Mm-hmm.
There are people with different backgrounds that belong to our lives, and we got to be aware of that too.
I think just like what you were saying about the relationship thing earlier, you were saying that people act and then they end up in a situation where they have to keep acting because if they're themselves and their partner might not like them anymore and all that stuff. And I feel like one of the things that I notice about all of the people that I admire the most is most of them are not even close to the same people. Like, you're one of my favorite people, and Jason Townsley is one of my favorite people.
Jason,
and he's so blue collar. He's such a great dude, but like completely opposite people. But the thing that's the same between you guys is there's no acting. Like every time I show up to hang out with you, I know exactly what I'm going to get. And when I hang out with Townsley, I know what I'm going to get. And I think that when you are that person, more of those people that will stop what they're doing and come say hi to you, like you attract more of that because those people are also being entirely themselves. That's the commonality.
I think I don't know if I may be wrong, but what I think in people like that, like people like you say, Jason's blue collar and all that, like he's like super successful guy and all that. I think that for him is irrelevant. I think the business and everything is one part of his life that he has to work, he has to make money, and that's irrelevant to what he's feeling towards another people.
For sure.
And to me, it's like that. I don't care if you're a doctor or what. I'm gonna treat you exactly the same thing. And I think today I was talking with a friend, and my friend Haley from the polo field. She comes and like I can see like she's talking to other people about how good I am, right? And like I was like. I feel kind of embarrassed, like, oh, stop it, oh, come on, you know. But it makes me feel proud because I just want to give love to everybody because we need that, dude. We need to be hugged. We don't know. And dude, we said that we were not going to talk about my uncle, but we're gonna talk about it.
All right, get in there.
2 weeks ago, one of my aunt's husband committed suicide, right? It was unexpected, and everybody started wondering, like, oh, what happened? He had everything. They were well off, and they were, like, good family, good everything. Who knows? He had depression for sure, and he decided that he needed to end this suffering. And what we got to understand, a suicidal person, our brains are not working, right? And there's no motivation in that. And we should not judge them. I used to think that a suicide was a coward. And I went through that. And no, you're not a coward. It's just hard. But we need to start living our lives instead of living other people's life and other people's expectations. Because you start going in that, you start making people happy. And in that river, let's call it, in a river of other people's happiness, you forget about yourself.
Yeah.
And you leave yourself way back and somewhere. And when you realize it's too late, it's not too late, really. You can go back to that, recover your person, and pick it up and start doing the thing. There's no time, dude. We have every morning to start again, Yeah. We're so lucky. Like, if you fucked up today, guess what? Tomorrow you can fix it up. And if you fucked up ugly, well, consequences. But you can do it better tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But about the uncle, shout out Fabian. Fabian was his name. Fabian Andrés Trujillo. A good man, good father. And our family, like, dude, it was bad. But again, we just gotta embrace it, dude. Like, embrace death, embrace life. Live our lives the fully, like live it for real, the present. Little things, don't go too far. Little things, our parents, our brothers, our sisters. Spend time with those people, with your kids.
Yeah.
Because life is so precious, dude. So
yeah, man. I actually had a moment the other day that I meant to text you about. I feel like I always text you randomly. It's never about anything. It's just like, hey, thinking about you, bro. But I had a moment that like I actually was like, damn, this was like, it was because of something that you told me on the last Owner's Journal podcast that we did. But you told me a couple times about how in Colombia the perception is that since you guys grow the best coffee in the world, that you guys are coffee snobs and this and that. But that the reality of the situation is you guys drink like instant mixed in coffee and all that. Dude, I was in it was next to the Boulder River, in like outside of Big Timber, Montana. Bro, an hour and a half on a dirt road, like way past anything, no cell service, no nothing. And we're staying, I was staying with my friend Luke and his wife Zoe and their two kids. And this little hunting cabin kind of thing has been in Zoe's family for forever. Dang. They've been together for 5-6 years. She's never mentioned it. Never mentioned this place. The cabin.
Hey, Zoe,
it's
can
our
I go to
I
your
know,
cabin?
dude. It's our first time up there, and I'm like, my entire way driving up there, I just had this super busy week of work. It was a Thursday, and Luke's a firefighter, so we're like, he works a weird schedule. So I was like, no problem, dude. I'll take 2 weeks, or I'll take 2 days off of work. I'll work really hard Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so I can come do this. And I'm like stressed out for my week. I'm driving up there, just burnt out, and this whole thing. And then like I stop, take a piss on the dirt road, and the river's in front of me and stuff. And I was just like, dude, the story that you can have from this weekend is that you were spun out and stressed out about all your work shit because you And honestly, I had all my stuff.
Because you choose to.
Yeah. But I had all my stuff done. So I was just like, there's literally not a reason to be stressed right now. It's just leftover from all the bullshit I was just doing. And so I like took a deep breath, and I thought of this Alex Hormozy thing where he said, I've had bad days for no reason so many times. If that's true, I can also have a good day for no reason. So I decided right there, I was like, all right, I'm going to have a good day. And so I got in my car, rolled all my windows down, cranked Ian Munsick on the radio. And I fucking put it into sport mode, floored my car, and was fishtailing on this dirt road, having so much fun. And the night turned out to be really great. I got to watch his little man like try his first beer for the first time, and he hated it. And we're hanging out by the fire and all this stuff, just classic camping with the boys kind of thing. But that night we all sat down, and they had, what is the instant coffee that starts with an M? It's goddamn, I'll forget it. But anyways,
Nescafe maybe? No.
Yeah, something like that. But we had
M or N?
An M. I don't know. I'll think of it. I'll send you a picture of it. But there's no running water. There's no hot water there. So we like boil some water on a kettle, throw it in these mugs, and then we mixed in the instant coffee. And I thought of you because you were saying how like regardless of how much money you guys had or what happened during the day or whatever, that you guys would like mix up instant coffee at the end of the day. And that moment meant so much to me. And it was because of the story that you had told me about like how that was a thing for your family. I was like, fuck, man, dude, I finally got to do it.
I realize I do it so purposefully. Like I go and I put my kettle and put my I use Juan Valdez.
Okay.
Buy it and go to Walmart.
Okay.
And buy it. Juan Valdez instant coffee is delicious. I don't know. I said delicious because it's my tradition.
It's like nostalgic.
Yeah. So I every time around 4 p.m., 5 p.m., even before Jiu-Jitsu, I prepare like a little instant coffee in a small cup, put some sugar and drink it. And I'm like, dude, every sip is like, oh, I'm alive and I'm good, right? So, but little things like that, man. Like we like to complicate. Life is already complicated. Life is hard. It's harsh. Life is dude, so tough. Let's start slowing down and appreciating who we are, who we become. Stop thinking about the bad things. We haven't done any bad things in comparison to serial killers or whatever.
Right.
But the little stupid things that we did, be proud of it. Like, let it be. You are this person now. You have your children. You have your wife. You have, little thing. And the other thing, like, go with your wife, hold her hand, go around the block, and just listen to her. Just listen. Just go walk, do little tiny things, right? So, yeah, I mean, that's good. That's good that you. But see, that's it, dude. You were not in a special. It was a special place for sure. But you didn't have to like do a huge thing to make it happen.
Didn't have to be extravagant
You gotta
or anything
make it
like
happen.
that. Yeah. I love
That's
that.
That's awesome, dude.
So for everybody who hasn't gotten a chance to come try your coffee and like see everything that has happened since you went to Seattle, got the van, went to Seattle Barista Academy and done all those things. What has your journey been like since the first time that you and Juan Pablo got the van ready to like finally be able to start serving people for the first time?
I've been actually thinking about that a lot because for the
your
first
anniversary
time,
is coming up too,
yes,
right?
For the first time of the van, I'm gonna celebrate a birthday for the van, a 5th anniversary.
Let's go! Congratulations,
man.
Funny.
Yeah, the first year I didn't celebrate because my cousin Fabio Enrique died of COVID in Colombia. Tragic death, young guy, great person. He died, and it kind of was a dark time for, not dark for me, but it was a sad time.
Yeah,
and I didn't want to celebrate.
Yeah.
But now 5 years pass, and I also like to just, I don't know. I'm just seeing the van to me is a celebration, dude. Like I see the van, I'm like, dang, like see I'm parking it today, and I see it park. And I took a picture of it. Dang, this is mine, dude.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. I don't think I like it's still so surreal. Like, I'm like, dang, like, I own this. Like,
I did that.
It's like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
And it's little. And it's funny when people say, like, oh, you should get 5 vans and put them in. Like, no, It's the Colombian guy. And like, I don't know if maybe a mediocre way of thinking, but I just want to develop this craft. This is me. The van. We are together. The van and I. You know, like, so I don't know. I'm not driven by money, dude. I wish I was, but I'm not driven by money. So to me, like, I'm so happy. And I'm like, for example, little things like I'm going to Claremont, 45 minutes from Sheridan. There's nothing there, just a school.
Yeah.
Jeremy started teaching Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
For the school. Yeah. For the school District 3, he started doing Jiu-Jitsu self-defense classes for the district, and I start coming down. I don't sell a lot of coffees there, but just the fact that I can bring something to them, like, you know, now people know, and they come and get coffee, and we build relationships, and they are waiting for that day a month that I go down there and I spend time with them and the teachers and all that. To me, that's bigger than anything, dude. So
for sure. Yeah. Do you feel like that's been over the progression of the last 5 years? Do you think that you've spent most of it, instead of worrying about how to scale, how to grow, how to do all those things, has it been more about perfecting your craft and building relationships?
I think so, definitely. And I was thinking, like, today I did 2 events. I started at 8 o'clock in the morning until noon, but it was like making coffee spot at Brington Museum. Shout out to them. Brington Museum, they're really good people. They've been so good to me with the van too. And then I finish, and then I gotta go to Polo. Yeah. Right, Haley.
The Polo fields are so cool, dude, man. It's really awesome. Cool seeing.
I'm glad that you got to experience it.
I'm glad I got to experience it with you, because it's such a different experience being able to, like, hang out and see so many different walks of life, from people who are mega millionaires from Argentina come up to you, and then you've got somebody who's local, just like with their camping chair wanting to watch.
Don Jones. She's she came to the event, I think. She's the Tommy Lee Jones' wife.
No, she
She's
wasn't there that
player.
week. Okay.
Amazing human being, dude. Amazing. She's so great. And she comes to the event. I tell her that she's a sponsor athlete. So she comes to free coffee for her.
Nice.
Just because we have some deep conversations, and like such a true human being. And we come and talk. She comes and talk, and like I'm talking to people from Kentucky that owns. I talked to the other day with the guy that owns the whiskey, Tennessee whiskey.
The racehorse?
No, there's a company.
Or the actual
Kentucky whiskey.
Okay, gotcha.
Wait, fuck, I forgot the name of. But we were talking, and he said, no, yeah, and I started following him on Instagram. Such a humble guy, talking about the business. We have the same idea, like, no, yeah, you gotta develop your product. People will come when it's time to come. And like, see, by today, it was the last day of Polo. A line of people buying coffee and giving me like these big tips. Thank you so much for this season. Thank you for, money comes when you, but if you are true to yourself and you develop give it time to your product to develop. Don't focus, money is important, but don't focus in the money too much, because another distraction, right? Like you fall in love with the money instead of working on your actual product.
Do you think that choosing a craft or choosing a career that you find passion for allows you to not worry about money for as long? Because it seems like the fact that you enjoy coffee, that you enjoy interacting with people, and that like the thing that you're doing itself seems like it's a passion for you. And so I'm curious if that allows you, when you enjoy what you do so much, to not worry about money for as long, because you're like, you can be more focused on the passion part.
Again, I'm not driven by money. So to me, like, I'm really proud of my cups of coffee. I wanna make.
You should be, man. They're really good.
But see, is that like, is my name? I wanna put my name on that.
Yeah.
I wanna see the Colombian guy. Yeah, it's a good coffee, right? And I know every business have the same idea. Every cafe wants to make the best they can, right? But me, like, to be honest with you, my attitude is like, I'm the only cafe in the world. Like, that's my without being pretentious, right? So if I'm the best cafe in the world, you better do everything beautiful. You better put a lot of love and a lot of your product needs to be because you are the best coffee in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but without being pretentious, again, it's kind of like a game in your head.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody's looking, everybody's watching you, what you do. So you better keep your van sparkling. You better do your procedures the same way every time, right? I got. So I was proud of myself that when I got my the inspector, the inspector to come and check that the van is running. The surprise visit, right? So, come in.
Mm-hmm.
She checks my temperatures and she checked my cleaning solution and my this and that. And she says, I wish everybody had it like that.
Yeah.
I wish it was so easy. So, but the thing is like, and this applies for every single life. Let's just start making things sparkly. Let's make like actual, like putting love in what you do, putting like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Even I'm still like I gotta work at home, like the cleaning. I gotta help more with the cleaning, little things. See, hearing to me talking is like, oh, I need to do this and that, right? But that's good that we're like, we need to be doing everything.
Stay on top of it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like see, like people talk about Zen and I'm gonna meditate and do Zen and like that. No, you cleaning your house will give you that. Doing the dishes, doing the things that you hate to do will give you that.
Mm-hmm.
Like little things, you know?
That's true.
Like Zen is not that mythical thing or that magical thing. No, Zen is
It's like a flow state.
A flow state that you can create by doing things that you don't want to do, right?
True. Yeah.
So you don't have to go too far.
I'm with you. I think one of the most valuable things that I've learned from you, both as a human and as a business person, is the way that you talk about mastering your craft and like delivering a good experience. And one of the things that you talk about all the time is how you've intentionally stayed small, like stayed one van and talked about this is the Colombian guy, not the Colombian guy, plus a bunch of white guys from from Sheridan. You know what I'm saying? But it's really interesting to me because being in the business that I am, there's so many coaches and gurus and other agencies and things like that are like, you need to scale. And then once you're done scaling, you need to go into doing fractional CMO work. And then you need to sell. And then you need to blah, blah, blah. And they're like, there are some of those things that are on my goal list, but it's so growth oriented. And sometimes they prioritize growth over quality. And it's so grounding for me and so valuable, I think, listening to you talk about quality because I think it's a rare focus for people sometimes when the whole thing is focusing on bigger, more money, like the whole thing. And so what advice, I mean, you've given me great advice over the years, but what are some of the things that you would say to people who get caught in that trap of bigger, 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 faster, 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 more, more, more?
Dude, what I will say is like, don't go for the big fish. The big fish will come. Start like feeding the little fish. Right? That's a weird analogy, but
No, I'm getting what you're saying.
you have to like start giving your service to the real people like you and I, normal people first, right? The big ones, they have the money, they have everything to do. But for now, there are people that are trying to grow and they're trying to, right? And I don't know, to me, everything goes to be, man, we all need help. We all need, so I don't know. I sometimes I feel like I have too much heart instead of like going for let's go money. Like, I want to go and like do like, you gotta bring my prices up triple and like they want to, like, I actually need to raise my prices right now. I actually, coffee went up a lot right now. So I gotta, but the thing is like, just focus in a way to get, your business in a very ethical way, you know?
Yeah.
Like go give it to the people that really need it, like in a spread that little I don't know. I'm trying to think how to organize the idea, but it's like basically no, keep doing it with your heart, but like give it to people that really need it. And see, the other day that you said that you have an issue with a video, but you went and you put your face into the lady and say, hey, I'll fix it for you. I'll redo it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
be accountable in your business. And be I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't even know.
Yeah,
like,
I think the accountability thing is huge, and that's one of the things that you've said to me before is that when you give somebody a cup of coffee, like your name is on it. And so it matters every time that it's like if somebody comes and has the panela that I've talked about for the last 6 months, like you don't know that I've been hyping it up that whole time, but when you make it the exact same and the quality is the same and the same amount of intention and you deliver on that's
huge. That makes me so happy when the way you like, dude, come on, yo, you know what I like.
Yeah.
I love that, dude.
Yeah,
so,
man.
And see, like that was what in my menu. It has 5 stars, but I'm proud of that drink because I created it. You know, the name we have panela in Colombia is a staple of our cuisine. But I put the spices together. I make it taste delicious, right? Because I love it, and I want you to have it and experience the same thing that I experience, and that's what I do with all my drinks.
Right.
And I want you to have the best ingredients. I want you to have the best coffee. I want you know. So I think it's being honest and being true to yourself, and giving the product that you will giving something that you will actually consume yourself.
Yeah.
You know, just don't fill up whatever you do with whatever, and let's go the next one, right? So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you, man. One of the things that has been kind of an aha moment for me lately is I heard this quote, and it says, whoever you meet everyone that they know. And I thought that was so interesting to me because as you break that down, it's like every single person that you have an interaction with, like after you and I have an interaction, everybody who asks you, oh, how's the podcast like? Is he what he is in real life? Is that the same way that he is on the podcast? Is there there's so many different questions, and I don't have the opportunity to meet each of those people individually. But if you have a conversation with, let's say, 50 people over the next month, I didn't just interact with you. I interacted with 51 people because now you're passing on the message of all these different things in that interaction. And I think that that's one of the things that when I see you interact with people, I think you can interact with Tommy Lee Jones and Bruce Moriarty and then have a 7-year-old or just somebody who rode their bike up, and everybody gets treated the same. They're a human and just oh man, how's your day? So I feel like you're so good at that, but I wanted to bounce that idea off you and see how you reflect on that.
Well, for those who don't know who Bruce Moriarty is, he is the director of movies like Spider-Man, Transformers, you name it, right?
Yeah, so many.
So yeah. So Bruce Moriarty is a client of the van. He lives here in Sheridan, Wyoming. Great man. I didn't know who he was when he came to the van. The only thing that he wanted a good coffee. I'll give him a good coffee. I remember the first time I think I gave it to him, right? I say, hey, here is something. Like, no, here, like I'm gonna give you a tip. No, it's okay, take it. And now he comes and just give me, what I want. That's it. He see me, and sometimes I see him coming, and I'm already making that drink, right?
Yeah.
But I don't care if he's a renowned director or he's a little kid, 7-year-old with a thing, right? I'm gonna give him because I see myself in that people. And one thing that I do is a mental exercise for me is treating that I'm talking to myself in every single human being, and I don't want to be disrespected. I want to be loved. I want to be, and so I do that. I see every person. Other thing that I think is like we were children. All of us were children. All of us were babies, and we were like little kids, and we wanted to be loved at some point in our life, and we were not. So to me, loving people, I always talk to the inner child.
Yeah.
Because I think my inner child needs. I think we all have to heal our inner child, and I think that helps me do that. Like treating a kid nice, teaching a kid something, or my son, I'm loving him so much and hearing him saying, "You're my favorite person," and seeing that all the drawings at school are about me.
Yeah.
Like, heck yeah, I'm that guy that I want to do. I want to be that dad, and I'm being that dad that I dream about having. But I don't feel pain because I'm that person. I became that guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I just want to. I think like, I went off. What was the question?
I was asking about your reflection on that idea that everyone that you meet everyone that they know.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, definitely. And I think we should be doing it on purpose, like giving that love, giving that understanding, and being true to everybody, being compassionate, because that spreads easily, dude. See, like you talk to, I don't know, the people at the grindhouse, Jeremy Williams here, Brady. See, I'm surrounded with people that are killers, literally killers. They can kill a human being really easy.
Yeah.
Will Grindhouse, you, dude, right? But they decide not to, and they decide to. They're great people with other people. Like Will, I love seeing Will treating his son. Interaction. Or Drew McManus
With Malachi.
training with Malachi, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, right? So that to me is like everything we do is contagious.
Yeah.
Everything, and the good is more contagious than the bad.
1,000%.
Yeah. So I think we gotta act in a very contagious way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
we were in at the polo fields, you met Justin Osborne.
With the cowboy hat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Cool dude. Yeah, I like
so
him.
that is the example right there. I don't really know what he does, but we've been friends since polo, and like, man, that guy is so loving, and he's exactly the same human being. No matter he's with this group of very wealthy people and this group of but he's exactly the same dude no matter where he is. And the cool thing is he makes me feel that we can relate. We have a life that can relate. We ride bikes. We drink coffee. We have kids.
Yeah.
But he does it in a contagious way.
He picks the things that you guys have in common and lifts
So
each other up.
Justin Osborne, if you listen to this, big shout out to you, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank
he
you
actually, I had a great interaction with him and during the polo matches, and I remember he mentioned something about having listened to the podcast, I think, or maybe you had told him that we were going to record. But it took, he could have, I've had so many interactions where people go, "Oh, you have a podcast? That's cool, whatever." They just kind of brush it off, which is just fine. Like, it doesn't hurt my ego at all to hear that. But that being said, he took so much time to talk to you and be like, "Oh man, you're on the podcast. That's amazing. When is it coming out? What are you going to talk about?" And he gave you your flowers of yeah, that's really cool. And then as you were making coffee, he's asking me about the podcast and this and that. And honestly, I had no idea if he was just some cowboy or if he was
I don't remember what he does, but
I remember the human, and that's that's the point is I love the people whose energy is it doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they're wearing. It doesn't matter any of that kind of stuff, because the entire purpose is just to have a good interaction. And that, dude, I think that means, like you said, it spreads like a wildfire.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
I love that. Thinking about meeting people is it was triggering something in my brain that I tried to adopt that I learned from my friend Max. And
Max the fighter?
Max plays football.
Okay.
Yeah, so I played football with Max in college. Shout out to Max Gray. Love you, dude. And he is probably one of the most well-spoken, well-read people that I've ever met. Covered in tattoos, great athlete. So he's one of those guys where it's oh man, there's another jock. And then you get talking to him and it's oh wow. But one of my favorite things that I loved about Max is every time that he introduced me or any of my friends to something or to somebody, he would always say one amazing thing about you as he was introducing you. And he could always cater it to the kind of person that you were meeting. And so if I was introducing you to somebody, I'd say, "Oh, this is Andres. He's one of the most amazing cups of coffee I've ever had. It's from Andres." And he's
you do that, dude.
And he's everybody who comes to his coffee van loves him. He's the mayor of Sheridan.
That's so awesome.
And so but every time that he would introduce me, he would pick something to say about me that was like that. And I remember that it would it made such an impact on me that I was wow, it takes an extra 10 seconds is all, but it leaves the person that you're introducing with something to talk about. They're starting on a good ground with the person that they're meeting. And it just like, and it also builds our friendship. Cause it's like, wow, dude, like you didn't have to say that. And so that's one of the, I don't know if I'd call it a life hack, but one of the things that I've tried to be,
dude,
it's so good, man. And like, and the other thing too is how many times do we look our friend in the face and say, hey man, I love going out with you in Sheridan because I feel like I get to play off of the good energy that you've created.
You know who does that?
You know what I'm saying?
I've noticed that Jeremy Williams, dude, and his family, they're amazing. I think we became good friends, like really, really good friends. He actually
having dinner last time was awesome. Man.
Right. And Curbs and all that people. But Jeremy and I love being with him because he's always like, dude, you're so special. You're so, uplifting all the time. Like I love that. I think we need to do that more. Yeah. Uplifting our people. And I noticed too, like if you're sad or something, you start doing that, start becoming positive for you too. So it's like a boost for happiness, dude. To start becoming, and we gotta do it, appreciating our peers and our everybody that's around us. It doesn't take anything. I started doing something in Jiu-Jitsu when I come to class. I go in and I hug and say hello to every single human being in that room, the kids, everybody. So I go in and like, hey, how are you? So in that way, first it started because when I come late to class or something, I feel so awkward. Everyone's looking at you. But then when you're on time and you start welcoming everybody, it's more like, hey, this is a place where we gather to grow. I got your back. I'm not gonna hurt you. We're homies,
Yeah.
And I think we gotta do that in life too. Right?
Acknowledging everybody.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like saying hello to... I miss that from Colombia. You go to a restaurant, hey, hello, how are you? Hi, everybody. Saying hello, right? There's no... And there's a saying, like, it's really offensive. Whoever comes in says hello. Yeah. Right? So you see everybody saying hello, everybody, even if you don't know the person, hello, how are you?
Gotcha. So it's a cultural thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
what are some of the other things culturally that you've taken from Colombia or maybe missed from there?
I think all this, of being the cup of coffee with love and everything being so given. But dude, there's no, like, talking about giving my brother, he will take his shoes and give it to you. No thoughts. Like, he's so giving, my brother Juan Pablo. He's so giving, dude. People take advantage of him a lot. Yeah. But you know what? His attitude is so cool. Is it doesn't matter. A guy didn't pay him some money. He's like, my relationship, my friendship cost him that much. That was how much I worth for him. So I paid the money. We're out. No more. Right? Things like that. Like, but I don't know. I think we're Latino people in general, from Chile, Argentina, everywhere. We're just warm. And I struggle with something when I came to the States because, dude, I consider you one of my good friends already. Yeah. You stay at my house. We've eaten together, right? With my family, my entire kids, And but it was like, if we hang out one day, we're friends right there, right then. A Colombian thing, a Latino thing. Oh yeah, dude, it's so funny, and I need to get detached from that a little bit because here doesn't work like that. Okay. Like,
was that a culture shock for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. I hang out with a guy. We're climbing a lot, and then next time, hey man, how's it going? Hey, what's up? And they just walk away and like, oh, I thought we were friends. but it was like a cultural shock. Yeah. So we learn. I learned that. Oh no, it's okay. Not everybody can be your friends. Right. But it's okay. Like you gotta treat them like they were your friends. You're not losing anything. Yeah, absolutely. So I love that, man. Well, I think it's been really cool being able to chat with you about, 3 different times, and it seems like each time we're in different headspaces, we're in different different things have gone on. Time. Yeah, it's been fun, man. I'm curious for you though. One of the things that we talked about earlier was like chapters and seasons and all of those different things. And I feel like right now, I'm probably 2 to 3 weeks away from closing one of the most difficult chapters I've had in my life and my business, and like moving into a new one.
But I'm curious for you, if you had to maybe like put a name to the chapter that you're in your life right now and describe it a little bit, what are some of the things that you've learned from this chapter, and what would you call it?
Right now, there'll be dude, it's so tough because to me, it's been happening a lot that I started feeling that I don't know. Well, I have never known shit.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know anything. But probably I might call it like learning again.
Interesting.
Learning again. Like just we gotta have that attitude of learning. Like see, life feels that like, oh, you're gonna do this and you're gonna have your business, and then like, oh, you think you're gonna be happy and you're gonna well, you are absolutely happy for what you accomplished.
But you're just gonna coast into
But
the
you're gonna
sunset, and
coast,
everything's
and then
good.
boom, there's another, and you learn more and more and more and more, and maybe it wasn't what you wanted, but but yeah, that will be my chapter.
Learning again.
Learning again.
What do you think that you've taken out of this chapter that's helped you in your life so far, or maybe some perspective you've gotten from it?
I think is about myself. Everything that I do is about myself. Like teaching myself how to love my wife, know how to love. I adore my wife, but like being more appreciative of her, or not just my wife, my brother, my sister, my mom. Like actually, instead of paying attention of what they didn't do or what they need to do, paying more attention to what they are giving me.
Yeah.
And thinking about it. Again, like you drove 2 hours from Billings to come and sit down and do this to me for the third time.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. Like you took your time to talk to me, right? I don't feel I by any means a special person. I feel very vulnerable most of the time because I don't know anything.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't go to school. I make coffees, but I don't feel special. But I do appreciate people that approach me.
Yeah.
Wants to be engage you. They want to engage with me with my life. I don't feel that I have anything special, but I might be doing something that is bringing them to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I love that, man. That's really good. Last question before we get out of here. What's one of the most present moments that you've had lately?
Present moments. It's hard because I try to live.
I feel like you'd have a gang of them to choose from. Is there any that have stuck out in the last couple of weeks or so?
Well, the death of my uncle. And again, I feel very suicidal people. Like, man, pay attention to your friends and family. Be present. And if they started saying weird things, like give them a hug and talk to them and bring them to Jiu-Jitsu or bring them to something new, and tell them that it's time to get out of something that they are in, a relationship, work, or something. That we got to be more aware of the people that surround us.
Yeah.
I think that will be the most present thing. And in reality, it doesn't shock me anymore if somebody commits suicide. Like, it's sad. It makes it every death is tragic, but suicidal deaths are more tragic because a person decided to end their own lives.
Yeah.
So, but in that, like, I respect people who does it. Like, it's not fun. It's the suffering. It's in the family. The people is left suffers a lot. They end up their chapters and they close their books. But I think we gotta be more aware now of people's behaviors, like, and enjoy it with them.
Yeah.
Live with them, because we don't know. We nothing is written, dude, in our lives.
For
and
sure.
we are holding death We're born holding the hand of death, right? That's the only thing granted that we have, death. So we better be present and be at peace every single day with everybody. People talk about enemies. That word is big, dude. Enemy. Ooh, I don't have an enemy in my life. I don't hate anybody. I don't have any issues with people. I don't have any we should not have hate in our hearts for anybody, dude.
Right.
So
yeah, I'm with you, man. Well, I think that's a really beautiful tribute to your uncle and to a lot of the things you're going through right now. But I'm with you, man. I've been close to it, and yeah, I think anytime something like that happens, it makes you appreciate the time with the people you have. And yeah, maybe anybody who's listening to this, call your mom, call your friends, call the people that are still here.
I was thinking about that. I want to do always something for somebody. If you're I don't know, if you're sad, so sad, dark, sad, shoot me a text message or contact me on Instagram and send me a message and we'll talk. We set up, and if you guys want, let's start with text with a DM first, and we'll figure it out. But don't go too far. Talk to different people. Sometimes, if you wanna, hey, TCG Coffee Van at TCG Coffee Van. That's my Instagram hold, and please send me. So if you're really sad, if you wanna talk about anything, if you're a teenager and with doubts and let's talk. Don't rush it. There's a lot of talk to do and a lot of things about life that are not that hard. And remember that your parents they're those nagging son of a bitches. No, parents are amazing. Love your parents and really, really build that relationship with your parents, because that's the only thing you really, really have. Your dad, mom, brothers and sisters. Those are the real treasure that we have in our lives. So
yeah, absolutely, man.
Yep.
Well, dude, you inspire the heck out of me, and the positivity that you put out in the world, both in your little world in Sheridan and all of the ripple effect that you have for everybody else who gets a chance to meet you or roll with you or do any of those kind of things. It's super inspiring to me, and I feel lucky to be able to be your friend, and dude, it's very rewarding.
I'm so honored. You make me feel, man. You're one of the people that make me feel so special. You really, I really love sitting down and talking to you. And when you came to my house, I feel so honored. You stay in my house and we sit down. You sit down in my dining room and we ate.
That was so fun, man.
That was so good, dude. So
next time I'm here for a weekend, we got to do empanadas.
Please. Oh, we will.
I would love to throw down in the kitchen with you, bro.
That day I was so tired. I wanted to do empanadas. Jeremy and Curbs love coming when we do, but it takes so long that it's kind of come on.
Dude, I'll come up early in the afternoon. I want to learn all of it, so it'd be perfect.
Let's do it.
We'll do cooking class with Andrés.
Heck yeah.
All right,
man.
Make
a video. We should make a video.
Hell yeah,
we'll
bro.
Make a video. Colombian empanadas.
All righty, man. Well, everybody who wants to come try a cup of coffee, follow you on Instagram, find you. Where can they find you?
TCG Coffee Van. Yeah, send me DMs. If you're I don't know. I'm really touched by my uncle's my uncle's death. But I wanna do something let's talk. DM me. Get a new friend. I'll be happy to be your friend. I don't ask for much. We'll talk. Just talk and try to solve the thing that is bugging you. But please, for real, if you're looking at this camera, look in my eyes, please contact me. And there's a lot to talk. Don't rush to do things. Life is precious. So
absolutely, man. All right, that's an awesome place to end it. Well, everybody who's listening, thank you for making it this far. Love you so much, and be where your feet are. Adios, everybody. Peace.